Hello and welcome to One United. My name is Paritosh Joshi, and along with me is Wali Siddiqui. We're talking about Manchester United, and the new signing, Antony from Ajax, has arrived for 100 million. We'll talk with Wali about Ajax pushing United to the brink, Ronaldo staying at Old Trafford, question mark, and the Southampton game that happened, also the Leicester game that is to happen tomorrow. So, Wali, first of all, welcome. Anthony, the big signing of the summer has arrived. This is the marquee signing that our owners have chosen for the club for Eric Ten Hag. He was quite adamant that he wanted this player, and they've got it for him. How do you feel about it?
Uh, I feel really positive about Antony. He's just 22 years of age. He comes from Ajax's system, which is actually well developed, and Eric Ten Hag trusts him. And if Eric Ten Hag trusts a player, you have to trust that player as well, because so far what we've seen from his signings has been, I think, really good. Be it from Martinez, be it from Malaysia, Casemiro did get a cameo, but we all know how quality he is in central defensive
Casemiro is
midfield.
proven. Casemiro
Yeah,
is proven. He's a
it's
five-time
proven.
champion.
But Martinez and Malaysia have proven themselves. And apart from that, I think Ericsson was a very good signing. You have to say that people were undermining him that he might not be the same Ericsson, but he's actually doing a really good job there in midfield. Similarly, I think Anthony is going to surprise a lot of people over there. There's a lot of pressure on him. There'll be a lot of people who will be coming for his head as well, especially rival fans. He better be ready for it. He's 100 million by no fault of his own. He does have the quality to thrive in the Premier League, and looks like a proper Brazilian player. Looks like a proper Brazilian player, and I'm actually, we've been missing such players which actually could help the fans to get on their feet on the edge of the seat. It's actually exhilarating when such players can come, and he's going to take a little time to adapt, but I think he's going to come good. We seriously needed someone on that right hand side because Anthony Elanga and Marcus Rashford have been a hit and miss on certain occasions. I think that will add pressure on Elanga and Rashford, and which might in turn turn out to be good for the team. So yeah, I'm really happy that he's in.
Okay, Anthony. Yeah, I have similar beliefs. I think he's a good player. He's a player who sticks far wide of the right wing, and he's a player who can very well prove to be an asset for Manchester United. But I do also believe that he is a little overpriced. Although, as a United fan, I should be backing the player and not seeing this. But I think it's evident that Ajax played their cards really well. We made a move really late in the window, and Ajax were like, we don't want to sell because they want to keep their players. They have already sold many players, and I
Their
think
manager
that's
as
why
well.
we got the manager as well. So I
Hmm.
think they got at least 30 million more out of us than we would have expected. I think he was good for 70 million, even 60 million, but 100 million I think is a bit much for him. Yes, there is Manchester United tax as well. That happens with every player. Cody Gakpo was available for us at 50 million. Now he's available for Southampton at 25 million. So you can see the levels at which everybody is operating when dealing with Manchester United. So if that's the case, and we can't really do much about it, but it is what it is. I think.
I think yeah, that Cody Capco deal that you were talking about. Um, I honestly wish that we did get him because Anthony Martial is, I don't know, he's injury prone or something like that because he's been injured for quite a few days now. And with Ten Hag not trusting Cristiano Ronaldo, you need to have an extra striker because Marcus Rashford is not a centre forward. He prefers to be on the left wing. So you need more attacking options, I feel. And with Ronaldo going away next season, definitely he might be staying here for this season, but next year he's definitely off. Then you need a centre forward and I more attacking options. And I think Capco would have been a good addition. But in hindsight, if you just look at how our transfer window has been so far, in spite of all the criticisms that the owners and Glazers, Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh have got, and they should, and very well so, they should have got that, and they're still getting it because it took them two bad results to actually make further signings. We could have done this earlier, and we could have probably had a much better start of the season. So yeah, all in all, you have to say six incomings. Apart from that, there's also news coming in that Dubravka will be here on loan from Newcastle as your backup goalkeeper. So I think that's another welcome addition. Might add pressure on David De Gea as well. You never know. He might even, if Eric Ten Hag doesn't like the player,
We'll
no
talk
matter
about it
what.
when it's made official. I think we'll do a
Yeah,
live stream for the
yeah.
transfer window, and then we can talk about this as well.
Hmm.
Then we'll see what finally happens, because we have a few things that could be done. Aaron Van Bissaka could be on his way out. Uh, there is a question mark regarding Serginho Dest. Whether that will happen, for that to happen, I think Van Bissaka has to make a move, and that seems highly unlikely at this point. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, Van Bissaka, I've always had my doubts. I really feel that he does go away to Crystal Palace or West Ham, whichever club is suitable for him. And it's just that I have nothing against the guy. It's just that his ability to defend is actually far superior than his ability to attack. I haven't seen much from him when he goes up the pitch. And with the way how Eric Ten Hag wants his players to actually perform on the pitch, the wing backs have a really big, have an influential role to play. Even if in the last game, if you see, it was Diego Dallo that made the overlapping run and provided the assist for Bruno Fernandes, which was actually a very good cross and a very good finish from Bruno. So you need certain players who will be able to, run on the overlap, be it your Luke Shaws, your Diego Dallo, your Tyler Malaysias now. And I feel एक right back or अगर आता, I think that would have been the perfect transfer window for me because we're just one Diego Dallo injury away from having Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the lineup. And given the way that Ten Hag doesn't trust him, I think that might turn out to be an issue. But you never know. Probably he might try out Ethan Laird from the academy. We did see him in preseason, so that might be an interesting take.
Yeah, Laird, but Laird is nowhere close to the first team. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he's suitable for the first team. But if push comes to shove, he could be an attacking option. At least he's better than Van Bissaka attacking. But I think when it comes to the Premier League, we would look for Van Bissaka if that is the case. We don't want to concede goals in the Premier League, and Van Bissaka at least is better defensively. Then we'll have to rely more on Martinez and Varane to push the ball forward. And for Jadon Sancho, uh, Jadon Sancho will move to the left now. I think with Antony arriving, Antony would be the right winger, the proper right winger that stretches the defense uh, from the right, because he is known to stick to the flank. He doesn't really come to get the ball from that position. His role is completely different. His role is to just constantly create spaces, constantly try to possess a threat for the opposition from the right hand channel. His role is not about dribbling through the defense, although he is capable of that. His role is much more technical, much more output oriented, and in the previous Ajax side that Ten Hag managed. So we'll have to see how he uses Antony for Manchester United. Although United have gone in, Ten Hag has made it clear that he wanted him. So I think we'll have to wait and see how he performs for United. Casemiro has still not featured that many times or that much for United. So we'll have to really wait and see how things develop, because these signings have not really played that much together. Although Malacia was a signing that happened quite earlier, Casemiro didn't get any preseason. Anthony didn't get any preseason. So these signings will have to get at least a month in the squad to really gel with the players, to adapt to the tactics. And I think with time we'll have a side which can provide us good football. That's what United fans are wanting at the moment. I think we just want to see good football, and there aren't much hopes. I think, but by the end of December or after the World Cup, we'll decide what is the potential of this side. But I don't think any United fans is delusional about winning something, at least up until now.
Yeah, I've always said my expectations of this season is that we just build on to something in the seasons ahead. We actually have a blueprint of what we want to do. It has to be proactive football, as Ten Hag has emphasized over and over again. We are getting to see glimpses of that. We saw that a whole lot of it in the preseason, but that was also because the other clubs and their players were being rested, so that gave us the liberty to actually perform well on those games. Got a reality check in the first two games, which uh, in a way helped Eric Ten Hag as well. And now he's actually implementing a style of play by also looking at those players and thinking to himself that they, all right, fine, they might not be ready right now, so let me just do this. We can be proactive in certain sections, and once that section is cleared off, you can actually be a little bit pragmatic and get the result. And that was exactly the case in the previous game against Southampton. We did play well until the first half and 10 minutes after the first half. But after that goal, it was getting scruffy. And in spite of that, I think good game management by the boys, by Eric Ten Hag, we were able to uh, pick the win. Sometimes those 1-0 victories are actually quite crucial because, first and foremost, you just defend that one goal, you're able to keep a clean sheet, and that just adds further confidence onto you. And even if you look at the next game, it's against Leicester City. और लेस्टर सिटी का अगर आप देखो they're just at the bottom of the table. They haven't had a good start. They even lost to 10 men Chelsea. They just have 1 point on board after four four games. Brendan Rodgers is in
Scott Parker
immense.
was sacked from Bournemouth after the 9-0 defeat. So, do you expect the same? People were betting actually that Brendan Rodgers would be the first manager to get fired this season, but apparently it's
Hmm.
Scott Parker.
Well, the 9-0 defeat didn't do him any favor, and I think Brendan
I
Rodgers
especially
might.
liked how Southampton's uh, Twitter admin reacted to the whole situation. He created
I
quite a lot of memes around it, so it was quite funny.
I missed it. Why? I just wish that
अरे
someday some.
it was like 9-0 Southampton का staple हो गया था ना, तो he put the emoji of the handshake and retweeted the match result from the both Bournemouth side. So it was quite funny.
I'm just waiting for the day. So
Also
yeah.
retweeted the result of the game and said, "Call us if you want to talk to someone." It was quite funny.
I'm just waiting for the day some team scores 10 now because it's been thrice or four times, I guess, teams have scored 9-0 against certain teams. But yeah, I think Brendan Rodgers is under immense pressure. If he loses tomorrow, then you might say that might be his last game. You never know. It's because 1 point after 5 games is
Because
something which is not.
Leicester, they have already sold Fofana to Chelsea right now, right?
Yeah, yeah, they have. So they didn't
And
have a
they don't
good
have
transfer window
players.
either. Hmm.
I think Yuri Tielemans is about to go as well, or if not in this season, the next season, because he is pushing for a transfer. So, do you think Leicester should be more smart because their owners were very uh, one of the few owners who actually care about the club, who are intensively involved in the outgoings, the incomings.
Yeah.
So something is happening with them, and I'm not quite sure how they are dealing with this.
Yeah, people are even saying that it's Leicester City that has had the worst transfer window of the summer. Because
Hmm.
even if you look at the Jamie Vardy situation, yes, you could say that he's a Leicester legend and all that, but they've given him an extension. I
Hmm.
feel that they could have cashed in on him. They might have sold him to some other Premier League or probably some other club. They could have actually got a decent amount of money and they could have signed some good players because the scouting network has always been good. But yeah, this
Even they
season it's
should
been.
go for Gecko, man. They should go for Gecko. They
Yeah,
they
they
could
should have.
they should go for Gecko at least. That will provide them with the option to potentially replace Jamie Vardy because he also has a clock running down. He'll
Yeah.
not be scoring goals for you every season like he has. And although I think this season also he'll score some decent goals, but it'll come down to a point where you'll need another striker to replace him. And I think they are missing a chance with this whole Gakpo situation. Mm, let's talk about we'll talk about the transfers later on. Let's talk about the game itself. What do you think Leicester would want to do in this particular game?
Um, they haven't done really well since the start of the season, and I think that their approach might be a little bit, parking the bus to an extent, yeah, because they know that United are going to press them high, and with the speed that they have higher up the pitch, that could create quite a few problems. So their approach will be, I think, quite traditional in a sense by saying that they will be looking to counter attack Manchester United on the break, and That is something which they will be looking for. But honestly, this might be the perfect game for us to springboard even further. Yes, we did say that the Southampton game might set the tone. It probably has, but winning against Leicester will add further confidence, which is actually very necessary at this stage of time because our next game will be against a highly confident Arsenal side.
Arsenal
So
side.
if you win three games on the bounce, you will have the confidence to beat Arsenal. And if we beat that Arsenal team, then you could say that the season might be changing for United. It's still soon to say, but there are positive signs as well. Everyone is on a high. The fans are against the Glazers. They are with Manchester United. They are with the Eric Ten Hag. They are with the recent signings. We have made some good signings.
And for the
So
first time in a long while, fans are united in supporting the manager as well.
exactly because
Nobody is.
people had their say with Mourinho, people had their say with Van Gaal, with Oli, with Ragnick, but I think Eric Ten Hag is one of those individuals right now who does
Because
have
they
the
know
support.
that if this man is not able to change the fortunes of this club, nobody else will will be going to touch our club in a long while. Nobody is
Yeah,
going to come to this place because why would they put their career in the dumps and come to a side which is not showing any signs of revival? So yeah, I think Leicester Man United game. Who do you think will start for United? Do you think Ronaldo starts this time?
I hope he does. I hope that he does because Rashford struggled at the centre forward last game. If Rashford does start, he has to start on the left. Otherwise it's Sancho. It's a shuffle between Sancho.
Because Martial is injured, no?
Yeah, so
Martial has not.
Ronaldo has to start. Ronaldo has to start. It's necessary, and I think against Leicester, I think Eric Ten Hag could risk him, as in he could go with Ronaldo as a starter because Leicester haven't been a confident side
Okay, so
lately, and I
Ronaldo up front, right? Sancho left, Rashford. That is the front
yeah,
three.
yeah, that's
Okay, just behind Bruno.
Bruno, and I hope Casemiro starts this game because this is an important game for Casemiro as well.
So Casemiro and
Uh,
Eriksen.
yeah,
Casemiro
Casemiro,
and Bruno.
Ericsson, and Bruno, Ericsson, and Casemiro as the sitter. I think that
Bruno
would
is
be
at
ideal.
the cam position,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
behind the striker.
Then who else? Yeah, back four. I think it should be similar. They should be untouched unless and until there's an injury. I think this back four is something which we have to consider as a first team back four. I am really impressed with this back four. So Varane, Martinez, Malaysia, and your Diego Dallo, and then your De Gea will be your usual suspect as a goalkeeper. So
Okay, what is your prediction for the game?
yeah, I'm confident. I hope that we do win 3-0. And that is something which I have a feeling about. I think we're going to win 3-0. Ronaldo is going to score his first Premier League goal of the new season tomorrow.
Okay, so 3-0 from Wali. I do believe we should be winning this game, and all Leicester are on their way down, and this could provide fatal for Brendan Rodgers as well. So, but I have a feeling that they'll try to fight. I don't know. United are not a side that I trust very much with consistent results. So I'd go for an upset 2-1, a 2-1 for Leicester.
Okay, that's what I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah,
I
because
was.
it's Brendan Rodgers. Although, yeah, man, if I look in
It's
hindsight, Brendan Rodgers'
it's
side are known to bottling it.
it's
So,
Brendan Rodgers, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If his job is in danger, Brendan Rodgers will not do an Ollie.
so yeah, it's either a 2-1 for Leicester or either a 3-0, 4-0 for United. Because
Hmm.
United could very well open up the scoring and just blast Leicester out of the game.
Hmm.
And on the other hand, I do believe that Leicester do have a chance of pulling off something that saves Brendan Rodgers. So, yeah, I think we'll wait and see. Coming to the last topic of today's session, Cristiano Ronaldo has decided to stay at Old Trafford as confirmed by Eric Ten Hag. Uh, I think we have talked about this enough, but
Yeah.
just final few thoughts on this particular thing because Cristiano Ronaldo, although there are positives, he gets you goals and things like that, but there is too much negative media that surrounds any team that Cristiano Ronaldo is playing at. Especially if you're not in the Champions League, especially if you're a club like Manchester United who have struggled for the past 10 years, who have not won the league in a decade. So yeah, I just feel that Cristiano Ronaldo, United could do without Ronaldo at some point. I do believe that I am a Ronaldo fan. I am one of those people who will defend Ronaldo to death. But past year or so has shown me a side to football which people really don't see. I have seen Jadon Sancho and Rashford not playing freely around Ronaldo because they're always looking for Ronaldo, or they are not. They are constantly looking in the fear that Ronaldo would be pissed off if he doesn't get the balls. If you look a season before that, Rashford was trying anything, although it was not working. At least other players would get the chance to score. Bruno's game changed completely after Ronaldo's arrival. So although Ronaldo gets you the goals, there are sides to his game that affect Manchester United as a whole. How Eric Ten Hag uses him and is able to capitalize on the powers of Cristiano Ronaldo is something I really want to see. Although it looks like that he is staying at this point, I would really want to see Eric Ten Hag change this his fortunes around and just do something that United fans don't get pissed off, because I don't want to see a sad ending for Cristiano Ronaldo at Old Trafford. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Cristiano Ronaldo situation. You want to add anything to it?
Yeah, it's just that look, in spite of the differences that the fans and some of the players might have had with with Cristiano Ronaldo lately, you have to think about it once again. This is Cristiano Ronaldo we're talking about. He's one of the world's best players. All right, he might have his limitations, especially at the fag end of his career. But even if you look at it, he is Ronaldo. And last year he was a top scorer. He did score 26 or 27 goals. And I think with the recent additions that we have gotten, I think especially with Antony and Sancho on the flanks, and with the overlapping wing backs that we have now, I think Ronaldo might fancy his chances and might actually have something. Especially, he might turn out to be a really good poacher for us. In spite of, and even if you look at last season, some of the goals that he scored weren't just all about tap-ins. There were some screamers, there were some really good dribbles, there were some really good headers from his end. So what he offers is a little different from what Eric Ten Hag wants, but in spite of that, he still is something which he still is an individual who can actually win you games single-handedly. On certain occasions, there might be a time when the system might not work, but individual brilliance is all what we might be needing on that day, and that is exactly when Ronaldo is a as a player will step up. He's done it time and time. He's done it over and over again, and this is his final season with Manchester United. So I think if he stays, there's still one day to go. If he stays,
Yeah, I think
although
he's
Ten
staying
Hag,
because Eric Ten Hag
although
has said that
yeah, Ten
he.
Hag has said that. Ten Hag has said that, but I'm waiting for September 1st, and yeah, it's September 1st in India, but I'm waiting for it to actually be sealed. But
Confirmed.
so I think if he does stay, United fans have to know this is his final season in a Manchester United jersey. So cherish him even if he's on the bench. Hope that he scores a lot of goals so that we get to see that iconic celebrations. And even though we might not win anything this season, just hope that we have really good moments with him. I think he did have some problems with Harry Maguire and some certain players within the dressing room. It's clear. I think that it did happen. I just hope that all players, they brush aside the differences, starting fresh, and under Ten Hag, we might be able to achieve something within the next few years. So yeah, let's just cherish what we have right now.
Okay, so cherish what we have right now, and hopefully a positive result at Leicester. And Cristiano Ronaldo staying at Old Trafford is a big positive for every United fan, I think. At least we'll get some nostalgia. Not every fan, that is an overstatement from my side, because many fans don't really want him. uh, and
Now,
they
now
have
that
their
he's
arguments.
staying, you it's better that we actually back him now. So we have no
Yeah,
other
because
option.
we,
Yeah,
no, even if you don't want him near the side, one thing you have to admit is that we need strikers at this point. We don't have
yep.
people to score goals for us, and Cristiano Ronaldo does score goals. So something everyone to consider. Yeah, I think that's it from our side at Man United. Anything else to add upon,
No,
Wally?
that's it. I just hope we get the win, make it 3 wins out of 3. That would actually lift the moods to a very large degree before the big game, before the social media derby that we have against Arsenal. Because a large number of Arsenal fans on social media who banter United and vice versa. So I
Yeah.
just hope that we win tomorrow to get the confidence going.
Okay, so we won the bragging rights against Arsenal, a side who many people think can challenge
They
for the
are
title.
there are a lot of Arsenal fans who are saying that we might go invincible again this season. So
Yeah, yeah. So delusional, same as United fans, but
yeah,
okay. Uh, okay, we'll have to wait and see. We'll meet you after the Leicester game. Hopefully, we'll talk about the transfer window as it closes and much more. Up until then, it's goodbye from my side, Partha Joshi. Wale Siddiqui signing off from One United. Ciao, ciao.